Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Books with Not Just Breathe. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about two more books from my list of the 10 most comforting books to read right now. By the way, if you're new to this channel, then by introduction, I'm Debulina, and I started this channel to talk about my love for books and everything related to books. I also have a live blog which I update on frequently. I will put the link down below. You can see loads of book reviews on that blog as well. All right, so without wasting any more precious minutes, why don't we dig right into the two books that I want to talk to you about today? So much like my last episode, by the way, if you haven't seen, I will try to put a link up here and also put a link down in the description below. My two picks for today also come from one author, and whether by chance or by design, this author is also Swedish. My first book is the much loved A Man Called Ove by Fredrik Backman. This is Fredrik Backman's debut novel, and it went straight to number one in Sweden. It has also been on the New York Times bestseller for quite a few weeks, and rightfully so. So, what is so special about A Man Called Ove? Truly speaking, I would say nothing really. Now, there are no extravagant plots, no political dramas or sarcasms, and definitely no fairy tales. A Man Called Ove is about a man called Ove, who is a grumpy 59-year-old Swedish man who absolutely loves and adores his wife and absolutely hates people who buy a car other than a Saab, who cannot park their cars, who wear suits, who don't take their job seriously, and just a few more. So the book starts with this man called Ove wanting to buy a computer and actually probably walking into one of the Apple stores. So I'm going to just read a couple of lines from here, just so that you get an idea of what the book is all about. The name of the chapter is A Man Called Ove Buys a Computer That Is Not a Computer. Ove is 59. He drives a Saab. He's the kind of man who points at people he doesn't like the look of, as if they were burglars, and his forefinger a policeman's torch. So this is really who Ove is. And then, as I said, he walks into a computer store to allegedly, probably an Apple store by the description that the author gives here, into that store, and he says that I want to buy a computer. And then the salespeople there show him an iPad, show him a MacBook, but ultimately it's a failed attempt, and he's not able to buy a computer really. So it's a pretty funny beginning, and then he goes on to meet a cat, and there is an instant dislike which is mutual. And then he goes on to meet his new neighbor, who's as he describes, a black-haired pregnant woman. Here, the dislike is not mutual. And what follows is a beautiful relationship with both the cat and the woman, and many more. So essentially, you get a glimpse of Ove's present life, as well as there's a flashback into his past life, and I think it's a perfect balance of subdued mirth and overpowering emotions. It's just a beautiful book. It can actually leave you a bit moist-eyed towards the end. I mean, it definitely left me in a bit of a tearful state, and I know a few more people who've read it who've shared the same experience with me. But I can assure you that these are not emotions of great pain or sorrow. It's almost that when you have that beautiful warm feeling and warm and fuzzy feeling in the middle of your chest and your heart, it's that feeling that you would get when you ultimately finish this book. So yes, for me, this is, I would keep it, I would say that it's one of the best books that I have read in many, many years. It is actually, it's not a very long book. It's about 294 pages, including the epilogue. And well, it was originally written in Swedish, but then translated into English by Henning Koch. So yeah, this book really gets my thumbs up. Without further ado, why don't we jump into the second book that I'm going to talk about? This is the second book. My grandmother sends her regards and apologizes. So in fact, this book was Fredrik Backman's second book, right after he finished A Man Called Ove. And this is again originally written in Swedish and then translated by Henning Koch. By the way, I absolutely I'm absolutely in awe of these translators, because and I just want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to them, because without these amazing translators, I would not have been able to read so many books from around the world. So really, really appreciate the work that you guys are doing here, and thank you so much. And one word here one word of recommendation here, that although this book was written originally in a foreign language, Swedish in this case, but the translation is so good that you just would not understand that it wasn't originally written in English. So yeah, so anyway, so as I said, this is the second book that I want to recommend today. My grandmother sends her regards and apologizes. Now, for some reason, before I did this video, I kept thinking that the title of this book was My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologies. But anyways, it was a bit of a revelation for me. All right, so what is this book about? I would firstly say that this has the quintessential Fredrik Backman touch. What I mean by that, I think you'll have to wait for another video. I have actually read 6 of Fredrik Backman's books now, and I intend to do another video where I talk about the books that I really, really loved and some that did not really work out for me. And I'll talk a lot more about, my feelings about how he writes and about the emotions that he brings in his books, etc. But for now, let me just stick to my review of this particular book. So this book is a beautiful narration of the relationship of a 7-year-old girl named Elsa and her grandmother. And her grandmother here is an eccentric, almost like rogue grandmother. And it is just a beautiful narration of their relationship. So Elsa is a girl who doesn't have a lot of friends, and I think she pretty much her best friend is pretty much her grandmother. Elsa and her grandmother share a very special bond, a bond that gets created from the stories that her grandmother tells her, mostly during bedtime, about a faraway dreamland where Elsa gets transported immediately, and it's just a beautiful rendition of how a relationship between a grandmother and a grandchild is. Elsa lives with her mother and her mother's husband. Her father is separated from her mother, and the father, she meets her father occasionally. This book very slowly and nicely peels off layers between these really different relationships that Elsa has with her mother, with her mother's boyfriend or her new husband, I don't quite remember that, and her own father, and of course with her grandmother. And through the book, in fact, towards the beginning of the book itself, we get to know that Elsa's grandmother passes away, and that's when the story really picks up, wherein Elsa's grandmother has left a letter for Elsa, and through that letter and through the events that follow from the letter, there is a completely different new world that opens up for Elsa, which is almost like a bridge between her real life here and the mystical and the magical life that she and her grandmother had created through the stories that her grandmother used to tell Elsa. So it's again an absolute masterpiece when it comes to storytelling, and that is something that Fredrik Backman is absolutely a master of. Sorry, I just don't have enough words to describe the feeling. It's just that it is, again, similar to A Man Called Ove. When you read this book, it gives you a very, very warm and fuzzy feeling. And you will just, it's almost like you would have a smile on your face plastered all the time when you're reading through this book. So this book is, I think, also about the same length, well, just a bit more. So it's 340 pages long. And yeah, I think that's what I really wanted to talk to you about. So these two books are one of the best books that I've read in a while, and I'm going to give away a little secret, but these two are my best picks of Fredrik Backman's works so far. And so yeah, both of these books get my thumbs up. Go grab your copy, whatever works for you, a hard copy or an ebook, and do give it a read. And if you've already read it, then do leave your comments down below. And that's all that I had for today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If not, again, let me know what I can do better to connect with you guys. And that's all. Stay safe, stay happy, and see you in my next episode. Bye for now.